Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. If you're watching, as you can see to my left, I have Jared Waters, and right below me I have Tommy James Ball. I am, of course, Luka Dolovich, and boys, welcome to the late night recording tonight. I will be the first to say I'm exhausted, but we're here. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now, except for on this Zoom call with you fellas. How are we feeling?
That's how.
Okay.
Jared's got a beverage in hand, man. Feeling good, apparently.
It's
Not feeling good. It's a recovery beverage.
Adult apple juice over there for Waters.
That's good. Sparkling cider. I mean, it is the holiday season, Jared. I like the Martinellis you got going there, man.
I mean, I haven't got more than 4 hours of sleep in probably 3 weeks. So
we'll have a fatherhood episode one of these days.
Yeah,
we don't want to air all that.
Kids,
we don't want to air all that out.
That's all we're here for.
I'll probably go to jail just based on that. They'll call
This is bad. This is not good, dude.
Moving on to the scouting report.
Nay's gonna have a field day with that.
Good. I'm ready for it. Bring it on.
Okay. Anyways, right. Tommy's right. Let's get in the scouting report. Tom, we'll let you start. Who are you starting this week? Who are you sitting this week? What are you seeing that you like? What are you seeing that you don't like?
Who am I sitting, man? I think I've gone back-to-back starts my last two. I don't think either of them panned out the way I wanted to. So let's go with a sit, man. I'm sitting Steve Kerr. I'm sitting Steve Kerr after he benched my previous start 2 weeks, maybe it was a month ago. Moses Moody. I started Moses Moody because I thought Moses Moody looked good. He'd been playing well last night. I'm sure we'll talk about the game. Moses Moody's got it rolling in the fourth quarter, scores 11 points in the first 5 minutes. And Steve Kerr placed him on the bench and didn't get a lot of scoring after that. Kings were doing a good job double-teaming Steph, getting the ball out of his hands, making somebody else beat him, and nobody else did. Guy had the hot hand. Steve sat him down. Warriors aren't playing good basketball right now either, and I think Steve just needs to do a little bit better of a job. A little frustrated as a fan, but that's okay. He will be better. He's a legendary coach, but I'm sitting him down. Sitting him down for the week being.
I feel like that's a bold sit. I'm not too tapped in with the Warriors. Yeah. I'm not too tapped in with the Warriors fan base, but I'm sure you're not the only one calling for this after last night's game.
Yeah, I'm not asking for Steve to be fired or anything, but I think Steve needs to look in the mirror, and there's guys that are playing well that aren't playing.
Let's just stay on this topic because this is perfect. That game last night, I saw the stat was 80% more viewers than a typical nationally televised game during this part of the season.
Now, is that in season tournament or is that Kings Warriors?
No, any nationally televised game.
No, I'm saying why is that? Like, is it because it was the in season tournament, or is it because it was the Kings Warriors and they've had some great games in the last?
I want to say it's both because there was definitely a decent amount of hype built up to what how much they needed to win by, or how the Kings had to win or lose by a certain amount, and then what the Minnesota game did. And so I feel like there was a decent amount of build up with that. And then a thing that I also realized last night is the way that sports fandom is now and social media and everything. Yeah. A game viewership can change from literally one media timeout span from how many people are watching it just based on the tweets that are put out. And then you go to your Explore page and what's trending. Draymond Green's on the ground. What's going on in the Kings Warriors game? Let me go to TNT International. You know what I'm saying? So It's so easy now for word of mouth to spread about if a game is good that I think that also contributes to it a lot. But with that being said, it was a playoff atmosphere type game. I think we would all agree to say that.
I think the thing that's starting to happen is, which it's cool to see because we haven't seen in a good amount of time, at least in the they're starting to become real, not rivalries, not the right word, but there's real competitiveness the whole time. All the games have been competitive, all the games have been good. the Kings finally like got one. Like they needed to win that game. Like they were talking, like Stan Van Gundy was talking about it on the broadcast, but like they literally needed to win that game because like if they would have lost another one, like 0-3, like I feel like it would have been like became bigger than it really is.
Because like I don't think fashion too. Like it would have been extremely like I don't even know the word for it, but it would have been so close to climbing the mountain again and then just falling short. Like
if
it
they
would have
had
been
lost
a microcosm of what the big picture of it all was.
If the second half went the way the first half went and they had
like they
lost
were getting
in
banged.
that fashion,
they were getting banged, bro.
Like if they had
there's
lost,
no way the Warriors should lose that.
If they had lost and lost the in-season tournament bid, that would, like Jared said, that would have just become a much bigger deal than it really is. Like they would have been saying the Kings can't beat the Warriors, blah blah blah. Like it would have, and obviously the Kings can, they proved they can. But like, it was good. It was good that they got the win.
Yeah, because it would have been like it wouldn't have been indicative of like the Kings season, but like mentally in the back of your mind, like it will eat at you. You know, like we should have. Like, and plus, like, like you said, with the in-season tournament and everything else, like, because they were getting waxed in the first half. Like,
24, I think.
Like, it was bad. Like, it was like, but then the Warriors just, like, did Warrior stuff. So, like, that happens.
I was going to say, the old Warriors, like, that
looked like 2014. That looked like, but that looked like the 2013 Warriors is what that looked like.
That looked like, that looked like the Spurs series. That looked like the Spurs series and when they were just starting, get up big and then blow it.
But I think it's also good though, like because that creates better drama, right? But it also like it just it's good. I don't know. Like obviously I root for the Warriors, but it's good to see like that friction. Like we want competitiveness, you know what I mean? Like so that's what we got.
And fire, like real fire. Like you usually don't get that type of passion out of a regular season game in November. You know what I mean? Like
it was a great game.
And I do think it's all things encompassing. Like I do think the in-season tournament is. I mean, you take a team like the Kings that, like, quite frankly, haven't won anything basically ever, right? Like obviously we won the Kings won the division last year and everything, but that's not like, you know, like that's a regular season good job award. This in-season tournament means something. Like it's a proof that you can win something that, whether people like it or not, actually means something. And you can see all the teams in the league are buying into it now. Like all these games have a little extra like fire behind them. And so I think part of that seeps into it as well. But yeah, I think, the Twitter conversations about the Warriors today was pretty hilarious. Oh, we're recording this on Wednesday, so it is the night after the game.
Yeah.
I should put that out there. There's a lot of Klay Thompson talk, a lot of Draymond Green talk.
I'm just happy to see that Andrew Wiggins had a great game. I feel like that's going to be I agree. That's going to be big for them. And the other thing too, like if we're being like always being honest about everything, like the Kings won without Keegan. Like that's a big deal. Yeah. You know, like Keegan didn't play.
Sasha stepped
up. Like, and he's been kind of like a laughing, like been a running joke this season. Like
they've been trying to pull him along, it feels like.
Yeah. So it's like it was huge for him in that moment. I'm sure his confidence is super high now, which is awesome for him. But like to win that game without like Keegan, you know, who was probably your third or fourth best player. Trey Lyles came back and played really well and contributed, which like I think he's going to be huge for them in the playoffs. Just for like the way the matchups and the small ball and all that, like I don't know, Sabonis still scared to shoot, so that's gonna continue to manifest. But then Draymond still does dumb stuff all the time, so it's like that just doesn't stop.
I mean,
like the technical foul was crazy though. That was crazy. Like what are we doing?
I'll say this,
but Draymond also was literally just bullying that ref, and it's like, dude.
Something was going to give. Like, I don't think he should have gotten teed up for what he did. But like,
at what point do you stop? At what point do you look in the mirror and you're saying, yes, I get it, Draymond Green. You're a passionate person. You're not going to change. You're demonstrative. That's who you are. But at what point do you just look in the mirror and say, I just need to calm down just a little bit? Like, why is he following the ref down?
After
you guys saw what he did? He fouled the shit out of Malik Monk
Right.
and then stared the ref down. And then stared the ref down. It's like, what are you doing?
After they'd already shot 24 free throws in the quarter. Yeah.
I just couldn't believe it. I'm just watching this like Dre, you gotta calm down, man. Like, you gotta calm down.
It's like it's funny because like they were talking about a little bit on the broadcast. This is the last thing I'll say about it is like they just don't have the room for error anymore to have all those antics. And like Draymond signed his extension, it's fine, but like deep down they're probably thinking like, oh my gosh, like we can't do this for 3 more years.
It's literally not sustainable.
Yeah, like we're not good enough to do this. Like KD is not walking through that door. We can't just we can't just put up with this stuff anymore.
It's just so unfortunate because he's still so good defensively, but like the act and it's just like, dude,
it's just
when is
crazy.
it gonna stop?
Yeah.
When is it gonna stop?
But yeah, overall, great game.
Great game. And so another game I wanted to talk about. The Kings. It was a big time win for them. Another game I wanted to talk about, and it goes along with the theme of the teams buying into the in-season tournament. The Celtics game last night, Celtics Bulls. Did we see them intentionally fouling Andre Drummond when they were up 30 already because they needed to eclipse a certain point differential to advance?
Yeah, that was funny.
I did not see that, but that's actually hilarious.
It's actually crazy.
He missed all of them too.
Mazzulla and Donovan had to he pulled him aside and told him what was happening. But like it comes to a point where it's like, okay, they're not disrespecting the game, and if we're gonna do this point differential thing, like this is the way that it's got to go. Like they had to win by I think it was like 26 or 25, and if you have Drummond in the game that it's going to be 0 points possession back to us. That's just coaching.
I mean, I wasn't going to say coaching. I was saying that's just like be a better basketball player.
Yeah,
I mean, you've been in the league for 12 years and you still can't shoot free throws. Like, bro, that's just literally your job.
Well, and it's like the Bulls are like the Bulls right now. Like,
yeah, they're so bad. They're so
like
bad.
Like,
they gotta
right now,
literally
dude.
like blow it all up, dude. Like,
I think they might.
I mean, they have to. I mean, but you know what? But to their credit, like Lonzo changed everything for them.
Exactly.
Lonzo just changes everything.
And I'm glad like people are starting to give him that credit and stuff because he was an elite perimeter defender before everything started.
Bro, he was playing so good.
And he shot 41% last year.
He shot well. And like he brought like
extremely gifted passer still.
That and you put Caruso around him, who's also like a hard nosed dog worker. Like
he just made DeMar and Zach's life so easy.
So easy, yeah. So it changes dynamic tenfold.
It's
tough to see, honestly.
No, it is because I mean, you think about it. A year and a half ago, or I guess maybe 2 years ago. They were the number one team. Yeah. They were the number one team in the West, in the East.
And an exciting watch. It wasn't just like they were winning games like the old Hawks. Like they were an exciting watch.
Yeah. Like Lonzo was dope, man. Well, and then on the same note, like look, Melo messed his ankle up again. He's out again.
So unfortunate, man, because those two are box office, bro.
Yeah, Melo was hooping too. Hooping,
bro.
Hooping. Tough, man. It's definitely tough. No, but I wanted to bring that part up because they were talking about it after the broadcast with Candace Parker. She was saying that she would like to see the tiebreaker in the in-season tournament go to standings in your conference versus the point differential because then you could now cut out this type of basketball that might be happening, and it allows for so they were saying how the Thunder and the T-Wolves are the two top teams in the West, and neither of them are moving on. It's like if you want to see the best teams play against each other at this point in the season, that's probably a better tiebreaker, differential.
I don't know. I think the point differential is better.
I think it brings a different aspect to the game because then
definitely interesting.
It keeps it exclusive to the in-season tournament rather than
exactly.
Standings is going to help in the long run for playoffs and all that.
Because then you're bringing in the other games that have variables, right?
Exactly,
and not necessarily to bring it back to the Warriors Kings game, but Candace also had a good point about after the Steph turnover and Malik Monk 3. She talked about how Draymond was pushing the pace to go get a bucket super quick. And she's like, did that have to do? She's like, was Draymond pressing the issue because he he was thinking about scoring the points, or like she's like, because that's not something that would normally happen when you turn the ball over. You're only up 3 points or whatever it was they were up. I think it might have been one actually.
It was one. He turned
Yeah,
over when it was one,
and then he just
believe, with the
pushed
three.
super quick for really
And
no
then turn
reason
the ball
through
over,
another horrible turnover. And so it just makes it interesting. I don't know. I mean, they're not guys aren't used to it clearly.
And I think I enjoy that part honestly because it changes.
It's a
It changes the
different
game
dynamic of the
completely. We
game.
haven't
Yeah.
seen that before in these regular season games that you are now seeing is bringing that intensity. So
It's like as much as it might be gimmicky, the like Elam ending right in the tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just like a totally different thing that's off the wall, but like it kind of works.
It's exciting. It is
Yeah.
exciting. Like it like you said, if Draymond
I
was
think
pushing the pace
it's
for that
cool.
reason,
Cool.
I think it's
I
cool.
don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, no, I think they should just keep it as it is. Like
Yeah.
keep the
Who
tournament
knows why he
games
was doing that,
matter.
but it was a good point.
So
Yeah, I mean, keep it as it is. We might need to cut the
And now
courts
it's gonna
out.
get interesting. Vegas, right?
yeah,
No,
we can
not
get rid of
yet.
the courts, bro. Like the courts,
Yeah.
I can. The courts, I'm good with. But
I mean, you could put the trophy in the middle still, but I don't need to see
Yeah.
the bright red court.
I don't need
or
the racing stripe.
baby
down the
blue
middle.
court. I don't know.
Some of them look
Yeah,
okay,
it's just
but it's
super
not even
odd. Super odd.
And the
But yeah,
jerseys are
alright.
so bad. Like jerseys
Some
are
of them are
bad.
good.
The Knicks one is the only one that's good.
T-shirts on. All right, real back in break.
I think we were doing the scouting report.
We were. No, that was
Okay.
good tangent. Good
Is
good chatter
Lucas?
there.
Do you want to go or you want me to go?
I can go.
right, let's
I have
go.
one that I'm gonna go ahead and start. Jordan Hawkins. He had a quote that came out yesterday.
Oh, I read that.
I actually saw this.
Where,
this was awesome.
Where he was talking about, in this, and I felt like it really aligned with what we talk about a lot. He said, there's only so many James Hardens, there's only so many Kevin Durant's, there's only so many Zions. He said his teammate, obviously, in the world. And that's not how you make it to the league. Everyone can work their way to be a 40%, a 39% 3-point shooter and learn to defend. And that's how you're going to make it to the league. And I feel like that's just like, that is perfect. Like, he's doing really well. He's filling a role for them. He's playing well. He was on a national championship team last year. He could very well come in as a rookie, feeling like he's the man, feeling like he's owed something, all this. But instead, he comes in, he knows his role. He's trying to fulfill it to the highest, and he's doing a really good job of it. You're finding the Pelicans advance in this in-season tournament. He's in the rotation. He plays an integral part of the team. Like, this is something that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about a lot. And I feel like for him as a rookie, as young as he is, to be able to articulate that and say that with confidence was pretty impressive. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give him our
the
start
lights
nod.
out, man.
I think it goes back to the same old thing. Like, bro, middle, like end of the lottery, middle of the first round. That's where you find the gems, dude.
Man, bro.
Really
we
is.
talked about him during the tournament last year.
I was gonna say he was a pretty predictable gem, dude. He looked so good in the tournament.
And like,
and it was
like UConn, like,
and it was skills that you just mentioned, Luke, that translate. Like, he was ripping off multiple stagger screens, not moving or not stopping moving, like going from the wing to the corner back to the other wing, hitting movement threes. Like, it was clear that he was going to be a good player.
efficient scorer at that level in important games for down the stretch for UConn, like that. It showed that he was ready for the next level. But yeah, I thought the clip was circulating and stuff, and like for good reason, obviously. But I really liked it, and I was a fan of him after watching his run and like the way he plays and everything, obviously. But that made me even like him even more. So I feel like he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, it's just awesome to see somebody that age that's still self-aware.
Right.
Like we talk about, like bro's like he's gonna make a lot of money and he's like good with that and like playing a role and like
really well and like watch what I do with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because
he literally said, "I don't dribble. I don't need to."
Yeah, because they were talking about the question like arose or like in the middle of one of the questions. He said like, "Yeah, we were watching highlights from one of your like I think he had like 18 or 20 or something,
and he had like 4 dribbles, right, or 5 dribbles,
yeah." And he was like, "I don't need to. Like, that's not what I'm here to do." It's like that's impressive.
Yeah, I think it's also good. Like it's cool. Like when like he just fits well around the pieces they already had. So it's cool when like the GMs like do a good job of like recognizing that, right? Because like someone in the Pelicans had to be like, oh, he's gonna fit perfect next to Zion and Brandon Ingram. Like he's gonna play well with Valanciunas. His 2-man game is gonna be nice. Like so.
Oh, it was impressive. I really like that. So
Yeah.
I felt like I wanted to bring it up, and what a better time
Nice.
to do
Good
than
one.
not this week.
Great pick.
Very good one.
I'm gonna have a start this week. My start is the Marquette University basketball team. I got a chance to watch them in person a couple times last week, and yeah, they're the real deal.
I love Iguodaro's push shot.
Yeah,
love that.
They literally have everything put together. They have one really good big, and they have 2 or 3 super doggy guards that just sit down and defend and like are tough. And then they have Brady Kolek, who's like, he's literally left-handed Steve Nash. He's so nice. Yeah, and like, so they have experience, they have age, they have, and then they have like some shooting.
I don't want to be.
Did I say it wrong?
I don't want to be Luke here, but isn't it Tyler Kolek?
Tyler. If I said, what did I say?
Brady.
Oh yeah, get my names mixed up. Yeah, Tyler Kolek. Yeah, no, they're just super impressive, and it's cool. There's an article that's out on ESPN right now, talk about how Shaka like built the team from the ground up. Like literally, they were bad, and then he brought them back to prominence, and it was just cool to see like how they responded in like moments of adversity. Like you can tell, like not only are they older guys, but they also like play for each other, which you just don't see too much in college anymore. Like you look at these teams that have like a lot of McDonald's All-Americans, or they have like younger guys, or they have guys that are one and dones, and like they just kind of don't mesh well together. And I think it takes time to build chemistry, and it takes again like self-awareness to like. There's a lot of times the thing that I noticed the most was that Kolek is like reigning Big East Player of the Year, probably the best passer in the league in the nation, but like he didn't like fiend for the ball. Like he would get the ball up early. He would like let the other guards handle the ball, initiate offense, and then vice versa. Like other guards, like when they need to get into something, they would give him the ball. Like there was like distinct, not pecking order, but like mutual respect between the guys. Whereas like you don't see that really ever, because it's like
hard to find.
And I think that starts at the top.
Yeah. So it was just really fun to watch them. And even though they lost to Purdue, I'm pretty convinced that they're the best overall team. Like no one really has an answer for Edey. He's just so big, and he just wears you down.
I mean, we saw what happened last year, obviously.
Yeah.
But like teams like that, I feel like are the ones that end up doing really well in March, because you get those type of losses out the way now. You work out those kinks, but like you're saying, the blueprint is there to like a successful college basketball team. So
yeah, it's just cool. It's just cool to watch like dudes that like really like we're play for each other, and like it's just like, it sounds corny, but like good like camaraderie and stuff like that, and and not having egos. At least it doesn't seem like they did.
Supposed to be about, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's corny. I think that's
awesome. So that's my start.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. Marquette was the one that had a dude that did the Steph Curry turnaround shot in Hawaii, correct?
Look
away. He boom.
Yeah, I think that was. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, pretty sure that was him.
All right.
Yeah,
I like that too. Good for them. That's confidence too. You gotta love that.
Yeah, no, they were fun to watch. They were fun to watch.
Yeah,
that game was really good. I texted a couple different people during that game. Like this is some high level. This is some high level basketball going on right now.
Yeah, they really should have won the game against Purdue. They kind of blew it, but
yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
But
Edey's big, and Purdue guards hit some big shots.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's my start.
Gotta love it, man. Good basketball in full swing right now. So can't ask for much more out of basketball fans. That's for sure. But fellas, if we have nothing else to talk about, we can go ahead and get into the starting five. How do we feel about that?
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Let's dance.
All right, Jared.
Man.
This was a Jared Waters. Yeah, this was a Jared Waters starting five. I'm gonna let you.
I've really been on fire lately.
What do you mean?
I've been coming up with some good ideas here.
Oh yeah, no, this was a good one. I'm gonna let you explain it, and then there's potential that I will add some clarity as well.
All right. We'll so this week, our starting five is NBA players you can't stand. Now, by can't stand, I want to specify we don't mean the worst players. We don't mean like the most like the dirtiest players or anything like that. Just guys that you're just like, God, man, I can't stand watching that guy play.
And like, the walk-on pod is not about hatred. No one's going to say you hate them. Obviously there's a respect level for where these people are.
Yeah, we're not demeaning them as exactly
at all.
It's just like from a personal opinion standpoint
for some reason. Exactly.
Yeah, this is like what really grinds my gears of NBA players. Essentially,
NBA player style. Yeah, essentially that's a good way to put it. I am pulling up. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think we
tied.
I think because we're doing an early recording that our stats from the most recent one are still the most recent one because we recorded late last week. Because when we talked about it with Dave, I think we were on the Brands one still. So I don't think we have a stat
we're
right
on
now.
Brands. We don't have we don't
have Dave's hair. The hair's not posted yet.
Yeah.
I know you probably think you won that one, Jared. So you can go ahead.
The Brands?
Pick the order. No, we know who won the Brands. That was last week. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, who won that one? I can't remember.
I did.
Even the walk-on?
Yeah,
I was coming in strong on the walk-on. I know, but I don't.
We literally talked about this last week, man. People don't want to hear this again. But like I said, you probably think you won the hair one, so you can go ahead and pick it.
I don't know if I won the hair one, but give me I want to do this. I'm gonna go first, and then I'm gonna go Tom, and then Luke can hit the turn.
All right. Okay.
Because I never go first, and I just want to get my piece off real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
One of my players, I don't think he's currently in the league, but he was in the league for the last couple of years.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he had a league career, I
don't think any of mine are in the league still, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have one, but yeah.
Okay.
No.
That's fine. Mine's just a little different because I think he's in Europe now. But
okay,
that's fine.
Yeah, no.
Fine.
As long as he played in the league at some point, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So at my point guard, not only did I feel like this guy stuck around the league for way too long, and like solely based on him, like his pedigree, based on other people's achievements, and I just like I don't know, this guy, cheap shot, fouls, all that stuff. Like and his bald head, man, I just couldn't stand it. Give me Derek Fisher.
I cannot believe you took Derek Fisher, bro. I have Derek Fisher as my point guard too.
What? How can you not take Derek Fisher?
Bro, there's no way. I thought like that was a good pick too, man. Because come on, man. Oh my god, I don't think I can change that because there's too many childhood accords that he struck for me.
Yeah, like Derek Fisher's terrible, bro. I could not stand that guy. One. And can I add to this real quick?
Sure.
Because this part is the funniest part of it all. After all the stuff that happened with him and Matt Barnes, he is now coaching Matt Barnes' sons.
Yeah.
At Crespi.
Crespi High School, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually hilarious that this guy, Matt Barnes, I can't stand him. I can only imagine how Matt Barnes feels. He has to sit in the stands and watch this.
Yeah, I'm surprised they still go to Crespi.
They transferred there late, actually. They were supposed to go to a different school.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right, so that's my point guard.
I like that, Jared. Good point guard. We'll see if Luke keeps it. My point guard. This is the pick I was actually just talking about. This guy in the league for I don't know if he was in the league last year, but it was definitely like 2019 to 2021. Played for a good team. I just hated the way he played basketball. I mean, he was a hard-nosed defender, but I felt like he was just doing a lot on the defensive end, fouling a lot, and just kind of an ugly game, in my opinion. Obviously, he's a good player, but I just didn't like it. I've got Facundo Campazzo here. Played for the Denver Nuggets. I just hated his game while he was on the Nuggets. He was jogging out there, and he was just pissing me off. And I don't really know why, but I've got Facundo Campazzo at the one.
I like that. I forgot about him.
Yeah, I think he's back in Argentina now, just being a hometown hero. So good for him.
He was nice. He was a bucket.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's definitely a good player.
He had like the full court bounce passes.
Yeah, dude, he was just ugly.
The two hand.
You,
You're like a
you know
soccer
who?
throw in.
You know who he reminds me of? Who was the point guard for the Lakers in the dog days when
Yes,
they had like Robert Sacre?
Marcello Huertas,
Yes,
right?
yes, bro. Those two
Yeah,
like feel like the same player to me for some
yeah,
reason.
that's super fair. That's super fair.
Yeah, I have to keep Derek Fisher at the point guard. And it's more for the
Yours
reason
is
of
personal.
yeah. I mean, I was growing up a Kings fan. The amount of like ugly jump shots I had to watch him hit in crunch time, either against the Kings or against other teams that like you didn't like the Lakers if you were a Kings fan growing up, and it's just like he will always like that shoulder shot put jumper hitting clutch jumpers will always just be ingrained in my head with him wearing that yellow Lakers jersey, and it bothers me. And like you said, whether it's because of his championship pedigree or what, like the guy was around forever and he won, and so like obviously he does a
He
lot
was
of
like
things
hanging
well.
on with the Thunder for like 3 more years. Like,
He's on the
bro, just
Thunder. Wasn't he on the
retire.
Jazz for a little bit
He was on the
before
Jazz
Jazz.
for a year.
Lakers?
But for
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
so
Like,
I want to make sure that we don't we're not. He went to the Jazz for a specific family reason. That's why he went there
it's
because he was with the
I,
Warriors
I
too. But
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say
no,
he
he
was with the
only
Warriors.
he went to Utah because there was some family stuff going on there. So I respect him for that.
No, and that's the thing. I don't think I even hate, like, I don't even think I not like him. It's just the fact that I have to, my thought whenever I hear Derek Fisher is him hitting shot
just
put jumpers in the
yeah,
clutch wearing a
we call
Lakers
those
jersey.
vendetta Jays. We call those
And it's just
vendetta
like,
jumpers.
it's like, bro, it just bothers me. And I don't even, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I don't like him. It's just that, like, that's what I think of when I hear Derek Fisher, and it just is going to bother me forever. So that's why I have him at the point guard. At the shooting guard is another player that I actually when I was super super young, I think I might have had his jersey. I actually really like this player.
You can't stand him.
I don't like him because in the past few years he's had some interesting remarks as a commentator that like, or not even a commentator, an analyst, I think is probably what his title is, that just make me like question like what he actually thought of himself as a player. I have Wally Zerbiak as the shooting guard.
Oh,
Oh
When he
wow,
came out
yeah.
with the stuff
he
about
says some wild stuff.
Halliburton,
Yeah.
it's just it kind of bothers me because I
yeah,
actually really liked
that
him.
was a horrible take.
That was a really bad take. This guy is arguably the best point guard in the league right now.
Yeah.
Like, he was saying this wannabe all-star. Like, it's just it bothers me because it feeds into the like people make fun of like, oh, it's old head culture that, oh, you weren't playing, and you know what I mean. And like I don't enjoy that bravado and that nature of analysts talking. So like he's bothered me in that sense. But like I said, when he was a player, like when he was on, I'm pretty sure I had the Timberwolves white jersey with the trees around the arm sleeves, Wally Zerbiak jersey when I was like 6 years old because he was tough. He was a bucket. So like, I mean,
it all comes full circle.
it's tough because I don't even. It's funny. I have him on the list for reasons that aren't really basketball related. Just him talking out of his ass.
Just being
like,
an idiot on
not
TV.
a good look.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, give me Wally World at the
Wally World.
shooting guard.
Nice. Where's Waldo? My two, the guy I've got here, I think this is probably a pretty popular one. My reasons for having him on this list probably aren't the same as everybody else's reasons. My reasons for having this guy here is the fear he struck my heart when the Warriors would go against him in the playoffs. I've got James Harden here. And that's because that guy, I don't know about you, Jared, but he was so freaking annoying because he was so damn good. So and look at him now. That's why people don't like him now. But
yeah. My shooting guard, this guy was actually like significantly hated around the league in his time. And like I think it was well known, and it might still be well known. He's probably the dirtiest player, if not the dirtiest, one of the dirtiest, or the dirtiest of his era. Yeah, this guy just like, I was glad that Kobe used to fry him because they used to make him seem like he was a good defender. And he was just like, he was just dirty, like kick and do weird stuff. And he was like the first person that like stepped underneath shooters. So I know Luke wouldn't mess with him. But give me Bruce Bowen at the shooting guard.
Yeah, he's definitely on a
can't stand that guy, man. Like I don't hate him because I didn't play against him. But like if he tried to like roundhouse kick me while I was shooting, then I probably would hate him.
He to me falls in the category of one of those guys that you probably hate playing against but love having on your team.
The Matt Barnes style.
Yeah, like you just
Tony
love the
Allen.
way he riles people up, but if you have to go against him, you hate him.
Yeah, like Kobe, like they made him seem like he was a good defender, and Kobe fried him all the time. So it's he wasn't really worried about Bruce Bowen. Like him and Shane Battier, they used to make it seem like, oh, those guys are Kobe stoppers, and Kobe would just fry them. So that was funny.
Battier, that's a good name.
Yeah, sorry, I hope I'm not taking anybody else's. My bad. Okay, now at small forward, this was in the time. This guy was really good in the time where NBA basketball was shifting from playing like slow mid post, like more shooting mid range jumpers to like space and pace and shooting threes. And I thought this guy was really good, and I thought he could be really good. Like he had all the makings to be like LeBron. Not that he would be LeBron, but like same body type, all that. And this guy would just take the worst shots. We used to call him tough twos. So I couldn't stand watching him. I think he was an overall good player, but give me Rudy Gay at the small forward. I could not stand watching this guy shoot tough twos. Like guy would have a wide open three. He would do 3 jab lift fakes, and then he'd take 2 dribbles and dribble into the defender, and then shoot a jump shot.
Just to do it.
To do it.
Rudy Gay in like 2K11 was the greatest player of all time.
So good.
Bro, he's crazy.
So elite.
Like he's literally built like LeBron. Like he has LeBron athleticism, and he just like
bro. Well, because I think in 2K2 they would combine that athleticism with his frame, and then his like contested shot making was probably like a 95. So like
tough twos, man. It's tough twos.
He was so nice in 2K, bro.
Yeah,
he was so nice.
It's
a good pick. Rudy Gay.
Tough twos, man.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be a Warrior this year. That was gonna be funny. That would have been full circle for you, Jared.
Yeah, no thanks.
My 3
list of Warriors that Jared loves.
Yeah, my 3. I think I've got all current players on here, so keep that rolling. This one's pretty simple. I mean, he's the self-proclaimed villain of the NBA right now. I've got Dylan Brooks at the 3, guys. It's pretty obvious, but I hate watching this guy play basketball.
Dude.
I mean, not only does he
have some games where he's cooking.
Not only does he have the ugliest jump shot I've ever seen, but I mean, he just doesn't shut up and he doesn't care. And it's like, good for him. I'm glad. But he's annoying. And yeah, you're right, Jared. He has some games where he gets to the rack and is getting buckets, and I don't get it.
Bro, the thing is too, like, bro, I know you're not alone in this opinion, but it's working. The Rockets are winning games that they should.
I know.
It's working. Yeah. So I think, but like, you got it. Like, he plays a role in that. Whether
and here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. I hate his game, and I don't like. I cannot stand him. Right on par with the starting 5. He's a good player. Like let's. He does.
Yeah,
He does the things that nobody else is gonna do, and it works. And honestly, I kind of like what he's been saying about the Grizzlies. I say I can't stand Dylan Brooks, but like he's saying how they were blaming everything on him, and now they're the dumpster fire. Like, good for him. Like he does things. He does very productive things out there. It's ugly as hell, and he's annoying, but it works. So
I mean, I think there's always gonna be room for one of those guys. You can't have too many of those guys. You can't be the Wizards, but like you can have one of those guys.
Yeah,
Dylan Brooks, man. Dylan Brooks.
My small forward is someone that my small forward. I know I said that. Is going to be someone that this name would like the betting odds for this name to be said in this segment was probably through the roof, because there's no way anyone else thought of this. I really did not like watching this guy play basketball. 1, because I don't think he rarely ever played in real game situation, and 2, every single time he was highlighted, like, I just didn't think he like was a basketball player. And I have the human pogo stick, Jeremy Evans, slam dunk champion, as my small forward. I don't know if you remember this guy.
Random.
No, bro, he's one of those guys that I think would be the greatest volleyball player of all time because all he does is his little 2-foot load up jump and dunk it one-handed. I've never seen him do anything else. And so he's winning slam dunk contests, and like human pogo stick is a crazy nickname, right? I'm like,
Crazy.
yo, he does one thing on the Jazz, and he doesn't
and then like
play.
he would average 2 points a game.
So it just bothered me, man. I was like, what is, like, I just don't understand it. And then like he won the slam dunk contest and nobody knew who he was. And they were like, oh, you guys gotta see his YouTube videos. Of what? Of 2-foot jumpers? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, random name. I know, very random name, but he just
Yeah.
That's a great pick. Great pick. I like the pick.
Good pick, Luke.
My 4, I'm gonna keep my 4 pretty simple. You can't deny his greatness and what he's done for the game, but my God, if I hear him say the Conference of Champions one more time, I swear I will lose it. I have Bill Walton at the 4 strictly because I can't listen to him call a
He's the
Pac-12
worst,
game ever.
I do not watch UCLA games.
He's the worst.
The Conference of Champions, dude, shut up. My God. Like, I cannot take him, bro. I cannot take him. But like I said, one of the greatest college basketball players ever, like undoubtedly. But my goodness, we can get him off the mic, please. Like, just stop.
What you have to do is get him off the hallucinogenic drugs. Is what you have to get.
Yeah, good luck.
He runs away from talking about the game. He's talking about everything but the game.
But the game,
Hey,
yeah, he's crazy.
I don't know.
He's hilarious.
I don't know what kind of vegetables he grows in his backyard, but they are unbelievable.
Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Hey. Walk on pod, ex guest Brooks the Bishop loves Bill Walton. That's a poor.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, give me Bill at the 4.
All right, Tom, who you got at the 4?
Dude, I hate watching this guy play basketball. And I know Luke loves it, and it just pains me. I've got Sabonis at my 4. I mean, I can't stand watching him play basketball, dude. It's such an
I don't know if I like that take.
Dude, I'm sorry. I mean, he's good. It's like I've said with all my guys. They're good players. He does good things out there. He just throws his shoulders into the chest and just bangs, and it's just I just hate it. I absolutely hate it. I think it's such an ugly game. I don't know. I don't like him at all. I'm sorry, Luke.
You don't have to say sorry to me. You're not alone in that opinion, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like I said, I went with current players here, and he just comes to mind right away. Just not an aesthetically pleasing game. Besides his passing, passing's nice. I'll give him that. But
I think that's a lot of the offense.
Yeah.
So
can't stand watching him hoop, man.
Well, it's safe to say that I have the worst 4 of all the 4s in the group. So I feel really confident.
Skill level.
Like, and all down the line, like you just look at all the attributes, like my guy is taking the cake on being the worst.
You got Chuck Hayes, or what do you?
Oh shit!
I love Chuck Hayes, man. That was my dog.
No, this guy is 1,000 times worse than Chuck Hayes. I know Chuck. Chuck's awesome.
Geez. Chuck is a dog, man. I love him.
Chuck's awesome. Shout out Chuck. No, this guy. So you thought it couldn't get worse. Like watching him play basketball, you're like, God, bro, like, why are you out there? Like, it couldn't get worse. And then for some godforsaken reason, ESPN decided to put this guy on TV. And when I tell you that this guy is the worst person on TV, like this is saying like with Stephen A. Smith in the same like building. Like this guy is 1,000 times worse. So give me Kendrick Perkins at the power forward.
It's so funny. I love Kendrick Perkins.
He's the worst.
Big Perk, man. Shout out to Perk.
Bro, look, he's the worst.
He's the worst. I hate his tweets. I love it.
I hate his he sucks.
He's so
bro.
funny. He's so funny.
There he is. Oh my God,
he sucks.
So funny.
And when he says
that video of him dribbling is amazing.
Bro, what is his catchphrase? He has a catchphrase, carry the hell on. Oh
yeah.
My God.
Carry the hell on.
I want you to carry on into traffic.
Oh my God. All right, who's your 5? That's crazy. That's so bad.
Now at the center, this is a friendly fire. But I just had to do it because like back to what we were talking about before. Like we thought Drummond was bad. This guy was bad on biblical proportions when it came to being at the free throw line. He played for a great team. He played in a great era. But like, for the love of God, Andres Biedrins was a first round draft pick.
Yes.
And this guy broke the record for the worst free throw percentage on a season.
Yes.
And I kid you not, you can look it up. It was 16%.
Go, man.
16% from the free throw line. And like
insane.
He did other things fine, but like, bro, it was like, oh my gosh. I was like, dog, this is terrible. This is so bad. This is like Tristan Thompson and Dwight Howard and Andre Drummond like rolled into one. It was so bad.
Jared, you just inspired me to pick a different center, and I'm gonna rock with it. So
like Andres Biedrins at the center. Dude, I love you, but for the love of God, get better at basketball.
Man. So now I'm gonna hop in here. I had a different pick. I'm not gonna pick him anymore because Jared just enlightened me. This guy gave me nightmares for an entire summer. I've got Anderson Varejao at the center. This guy checked into the NBA Finals Game 7 in 2016 and tanked the entire game.
Bro.
And watching him hoop that entire year was horrible for me. Just horrible for me. I don't ever want to watch Anderson Varejao play basketball again.
You want to know something about Anderson Varejao? I'm going to go out and say it right now. Top 5 screen setters of all time. My goodness. Have you ever watched Anderson Varejao set some screens?
Yeah, I did for an entire year.
Bro, I'm telling, but that was I feel like that was at the end of his career. But to your point, this guy, when you're teaching a big how to set a screen at the correct angle to get either the ball handler or the shooter or whatever you're setting the screen for open, he knew how to manipulate his body in such a way to get that exact angle correct every single time. My goodness, it is something special. So all you big men out there, if you want to watch some film on how to set screens, go ahead and watch.
Not one person is going to watch that.
Yeah, one
That's
person.
Good teaching,
give me
that's
Zaza,
good basketball
give me
teaching.
Zaza Pachulia over Anderson Varejao any day.
Yeah, Zaza had the between the leg pass.
Yeah, Zaza was a dog.
We'll get to Zaza in a little bit. But my center, I left him off of my hair list. He almost made it on the hair list. But I think my center embodies delusion in the NBA. I hated watching him play, and the forearm shift to JJ Barea on Father's Day.
Oh my God!
Give me Andrew Bynum at my center. I was not an Andrew Bynum fan at all.
Embodies delusion.
Bro, do you remember when I don't remember. He
said he was the top center of all time. Yeah.
And oh my God, bro, what are you doing? And then he came out with the crazy hair. That's why I almost had him on my hair list because he had the bowl cut.
The Fat Albert. Yeah, the Fat Albert cut.
And then like you got the dirty plays like the forearm shift that like I genuinely remember sitting there at the old house watching it with the whole family just boom. And I was, what are we doing? Like, this is crazy. Yeah, JJ Barea of all people.
Yeah,
like, that's a defenseless little guard.
Yeah, come on, man.
Give me
that was the implosion of the Lakers. That was crazy.
Yeah. And then my walk on. You guys just leaked it, but it's fine. I got Zaza Pachulia, and I can show you the list right now. I dead ass had him.
I believe you.
I believe you.
And it's funny you talked about going under shooters. I think Zaza had a very poor reputation for landing under shooters because of the Kawhi thing. And my goodness, you talk about nightmares. The amount of nightmares I've had about that is innumerable. So give me Zaza at the walk on.
Yeah.
Nice. It's fair.
Good pick.
My walk on. It's another guy similar to Mr. Campazzo at the 1. He had a stint in the NBA for a little while. He's not here anymore. Yeah, some might say he was decent on the first team he was on. We got Brad Wanamaker. Brad,
what?
Those are crazy shots.
I love Brad Wanamaker.
He played for the Warriors.
Yeah, he played for the Warriors and he was terrible. He didn't do anything productive for the Warriors. Brad Wanamaker,
he was nice at Pitt.
Yeah, good.
I liked him a lot.
Good guy.
He might have been like 27 in college.
I don't know, man. Just don't love his game.
Anymore,
don't love his game.
This is before the wave, though. This is before the COVID wave.
Got Brad Wanamaker.
That's a. I don't know how I feel about that pick, but I'm not mad at it.
Brad. feel like he was a stand-up guy, man. I didn't know people had beef
there's
with
nothing
Brad
against
Wanamaker.
Brad, man. It's nothing against Brad. I mean, I'm sure Brad's a
It
great
kind of
guy.
is.
Sure, Brad's
This
a
is a
great
tough
guy,
list,
but
man.
this is more of a pain correlated with a bad season of Warriors basketball, and Brad Wanamaker's getting the brunt of it. You know, I could have said Michael. I could have said Michael Mulder or someone else like that, but
I don't know.
Brad
You put Anderson Varejao on there too. Like I feel like this is just like
I literally
this is a
guarded
therapy
Michael
session.
Mulder last night, Tommy.
Did you really?
I swear,
he's in the
he was on the Memphis Hustle last night.
I mean, Michael Mulder might be the best garbage time shooter I've ever seen.
That's insane that you just said that name. He actually, shout out to Michael Mulder. He holds the Sioux Falls franchise record for 3-pointers, actually. So
he has a clip. I mean, Michael Mulder definitely has a clip.
Can fill it up.
Wait,
man.
side note, Tom. If you had to pick, I'm going to give you 3 here. If you had to pick between Michael Mulder, Brad Wanamaker, and Kyron Bowman, who are you picking?
I'm taking Kyron Bowman every day.
Kyron Bowman was a legend. What are we talking about?
Sky Bowman, he was a dog. I mean, he was throwing good ass lobs to Keys too. Give me Kai Bowman.
That's not true, but
that's crazy. All right, Jared.
That guy was throwing floaters to the left side of the rim.
I mean, who are you taking out of those 3? I'm taking Kai Bowman.
I'm taking Wanamaker easily.
No.
Oh my God, I'm taking Wanamaker. You're crazy.
I'd take Kelly Oubre before I'd take Wanamaker.
Kelly Oubre's
why Kelly Oubre can't? Yeah, why is he catching?
What are we talking? Why did you just wait?
Kelly Oubre was one of the worst basketball players I've ever seen in the Warriors system.
He just didn't shoot threes well in the first 2 months of the season.
Yeah, there was a lot more than that. But...
Oh man, so
this is sick, man.
This is tough, man. I have 2 here, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm really stuck. This is one of the tougher decisions I've had to make. But I feel like I have to do it. I've been on brand. I can't fault. Like I can't go away from my roots. And my walk on is another Warrior, current Warrior. But like I gotta go Chris Paul.
Oh, this guy is so.
Dude, I couldn't do it, Jared. I wanted to do it so bad. I couldn't do it.
He couldn't even get it off, dude. That's
I gotta go Chris Paul. Like,
dude.
The thirstiest of thirsty for assists. Bro would hold on to the ball for 23 seconds of the shot clock just so he could throw a lob DeAndre Jordan and get an assist. God,
baby.
Yeah, I hate
I'm
that.
a Chris Paul fan, man.
Oh man, like
we better hope that this episode does not get heard by some of these people because my goodness, man, we're trying to build good rapport over here in the podcast industry.
I mean, it can be. Hey, you know what? Like it's all love. Like at the end of the day, like, hey, man, man to man, I rock with you, but
like if Derek Fisher wants to come on the Walk On Pod, like if we ever wanted Derek Fisher on the pod,
I'm gonna say never gonna happen. I'm not even letting
2 of us have him on the list.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'd be willing to let Brad Wanamaker on the pod, but you know.
I already extended an invite to him. That's why I'm sad that you said his name.
Yeah, Chris Paul, man. Like they're actually, and the crazy thing is the Warriors are actually playing. Him and Steph are playing well together, but like he just got hurt again yesterday.
Bad, yeah. Like nerve injury or something.
Like, dude, like either play or just give it up.
Said rip the Band-Aid off. My God.
Yeah.
This is sick.
Speedy recovery to you, Chris.
All right. With all that being said, hopefully this doesn't affect my next time out on the golf course. But you know, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna get my 50 chips a night, and you can call me the bad boy of golf, but my fan base gonna do me right.
Bad boy.
30-second timeout. Pause. Your fan base gonna do you right. My fault, man. It's too late to be recording a podcast right now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
You guys, hopefully
might be unhinged.
Hopefully these guys don't listen to that episode. You know, it's no disrespect to those guys as basketball players, but
it's all love. If anything, they have real estate. You know,
that's honestly, yeah. If you don't have a hater, if you got haters, you're doing something right. So
yeah, people hate on Steph Curry, man. Like, how do you do that?
It's crazy to me.
Yeah. So, Facundo Campazzo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
But
it's all the other guys
not.
on the list. Appreciate all the listeners, man. Another episode in the books. This is a funny one. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, these are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.